Welcome back. Let's dive straight into the science behind, well, wrinkles, why skin ages. Our sources today really get under the hood, past just, looking at lines and into the molecular stuff. Our goal, to really map out what aging is made of so you know what you're actually up against.
Right. And what's really key here is that skin aging isn't just one thing. It's like two parallel tracks. You've got intrinsic aging, that's the unavoidable, chronological, genetically programmed slowdown. Think fine lines, thinning skin.
The part we can't really dodge.
Exactly. But then there's extrinsic aging. This is driven by your environment and, well, the data suggests it's the main show, primarily UV radiation. Sources estimate it causes something like maybe 80% of the visible aging you see on your face.
Wow, 80%.
Okay.
Yeah, that's huge. So where does that UV damage actually hit? Is it hitting the foundation, the collagen?
Directly at the foundation. Yep. Collagen is what gives skin its tensile strength. It's like 80% of your skin's dry weight. And even with just intrinsic aging, you start losing about 1% of your collagen per year from your mid-20s.
It's just baseline loss.
Baseline loss. But UV exposure, that throws gasoline on the fire. It massively accelerates that decline.
And this is where it gets kind of tricky, right? There's this feedback loop you mentioned.
That's right. A really vicious feedback loop. See, UV light triggers this huge spike in enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs. Think of them as demolition crews.
Okay. Wrecking balls for collagen.
Exactly. They just start aggressively breaking down that collagen network. But here's the kicker. The leftover fragments, this broken collagen, it sends a signal. It tells the skin cells that build collagen, the fibroblasts, that the structure is failing. They lose their mechanical tension, sort of panic, and actually stop making new collagen.
So the damage actively prevents repair. It just gets worse and worse.
It's an accelerating collapse, yeah.
Yeah.
A net loss of structural integrity that speeds up over time.
Okay, so the structure's crumbling. Does that mess with the skin's hydration too? Like the hyaluronic acid, the HA?
Oh, absolutely. HA is amazing. It holds like 1,000 times its weight in water, gives you that plumpness, that volume. But its turnover is incredibly fast. Its half-life is less than 24 hours.
Really? That quick?
And things like UV exposure. They ramp up the enzymes that degrade HA hyaluronidases. So if your skin feels suddenly dry or looks kind of deflated after sun exposure, that's often that rapid HA breakdown happening.
Right. Okay. Beyond UV then, our sources point to a couple of other big internal accelerators. First up, smoking.
Yeah, smoking is. It's a major independent risk factor. It hits circulation in two ways. Nicotine clamps down on blood vessels, vasoconstriction reducing blood flow, and then carbon monoxide kicks oxygen off your red blood cells.
So less blood, and the blood that does get there carries less oxygen.
Precisely. And making collagen, that's an oxygen-hungry process. You're essentially starving the collagen factories, the fibroblasts, crippling their production.
Okay, double hit from smoking.
Yeah.
And the second accelerator, sugar. Something many of us deal with daily, this idea of glycation and AGEs.
AGEs, advanced glycation end products. It's pretty literal. A high sugar environment causes sugar molecules to basically attach to proteins like collagen and elastin. They form these cross-links, almost like putting sticky glue between the fibers, makes everything stiff, rigid, brittle. It really speeds up wrinkling and loss of elasticity.
So that supple balance goes away. It becomes more brittle.
Exactly. Less resilient.
Okay, so accepting all this molecular chaos, what's the single best thing you can do? Is sunscreen really king? That photo protection role?
Without a doubt. Daily, broad spectrum, SPF 30 or higher, plus trying to avoid peak sun hours. It is the most crucial anti-aging step because you're directly tackling that huge 80% chunk of extrinsic damage.
Makes sense. And then for treatment, for topicals, retinoids always come up, vitamin A derivatives. Why are they considered the gold standard? What are they actually doing down there?
Retinoids are key because they kind of hack that vicious feedback loop we talked about. They do two critical things. They actually stimulate the fibroblasts to produce new, healthy type I collagen, and they inhibit the activity of those MMPs, the wrecking crew enzymes.
Ah, so they're boosting the good stuff and blocking the bad stuff.
Fighting on both fronts, yeah. That's why they're so effective.
Okay, so we've tied it together. The way your skin looks as it ages is this interplay between your genes and everything you've been exposed to your exposome. But everything we've discussed so far is mostly about slowing things down, mitigating damage. What about actual reversal?
Right. And this is where things get really exciting. The future of anti-aging is shifting. It's moving beyond just managing the decline. The goal is now aiming for potentially turning back the clock, biologically speaking.
So moving past creams and just avoiding the sun into something deeper.
Indeed. We're starting to see therapies like Senolytics. These are basically drugs designed to hunt down and eliminate senescent cells. These are often called zombie cells. They stop dividing but don't die, and they just pump out inflammatory signals causing damage. Senolytics aim to clear them out.
Wow, clearing out the bad actors.
And perhaps even more provocative is cellular reprogramming. This is research looking at ways to take mature adult cells and essentially reset their epigenetic clock, trying to make them behave like younger, more functional cells again.
That's a fundamental shift. Not just treating the symptoms like wrinkles, but targeting the actual biological process of aging itself.
Exactly. It's early days for some of this, but the potential is aiming for true biological reversal, not just cosmetic management.
Something really profound to think about, targeting aging at its roots. And that's where we'll leave it for this deep dive.